Sika, going into Mangatoka Heads for 5-6 days, so looking forward to it, can't wait. Gear's all loaded up, we're on the next flight, so looking forward to it. And with Dad and Martin, so got some good company, going to go and chase some stags around and hopefully get some meat on the deck, so yeah, looking forward to it, can't wait. It's all go, Heli Sika's busy as, lots of people flying in and out of the bush. Alright, you ready to go? Ready to go, Martin?
Hanging out.
Hanging out. Let's go and chase those stags around. Alright, let's go! Classic, eh?
Well, they do blow you away, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there's a bit of deer shit around already. Hey? Right on the helicopter pad.
No.
Alright, bring it on, lads. Got a week, let's go. Bring it on. Alrighty, here we are. Mangatoka Heads. Got the flies up. Nice little shelter for cooking, keep our gear dry. Martin's just doing some trenching around his tent in case it rains. Gee, what a magical spot. Bit of deer sign on the clearing where we've landed. So we've got a big fly over the little bushbuck there. Dad and I. And then we've got the fly over the campfire. And the little shelter there. There's even a portaloo back up where I just came from. Not a portaloo, sorry, a long drop. So yes, luxurious campsite. Alright, so we're pretty excited to be in here. Got a lovely campsite set up and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're going to get out for a couple of hours in the evening, just somewhere local. Just have a sit down, have a listen. Don't know the area, so I don't want to go too far away from camp, so I'll just get out and have a little wander, get my bearings, and come back this evening for some dinner and get into it tomorrow. Got 5 full days in here, so we've got plenty of time to hunt, but I'll make the most of the evening and get out and have a little wander anyway. Yes.
Make the most of that.
What do you reckon, Dad?
Make the most of fine weather.
Make the most of the fine weather. What a, not a bad little campsite, is it?
It's cool,
Yeah, really cool, eh?
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, very comfortable. We're not going to have any issues here. Lovely. Alright, so we're out for our first evening hunt. The country's very big. It's always crazy when you look at Google Earth and you get up here, it's just like, whoa, wow, it's crazy. So we're up on top of a ridge here, and there's a lot of this tree fern. Makes it really hard to move quietly. But I'm not going far away from camp, so I'm just going to pop down this gully below me, follow the creek back down to camp. If I find somewhere nice to sit and watch, I'll just sit down for half an hour. But yeah, it's cold and it's thick, and there's a bit of deer sign around, so that's good. So you never know. Right, so making pretty good progress up this hill, but I've had two stags roaring below me from where I've come from. There's a one was doing a sort of a 4 hee-haw, but just recently, the most recent one did a 6. I think he's down across on one of these knobs on the other side of this creek behind me. But it's good to hear them a little bit vocal. 1st of June, so you never know. Nice to hear them though. It's good that they're still talking a bit. But yeah, I've just taken my boots off, gonna get into stalking mode in the old Sika socks. So try and make a little bit less noise from here on. So it's starting to open up a little bit. So yeah, hopefully try and find some animals. Yeah. Can't really see it, but it's a little bit more open up here. It's very misty, but there's some much more open country. Alrighty, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Just had my first encounter with a couple of deer. Unfortunately, they were onto me. First I knew of them was the hind squealing at me, and I looked up and she was looking at me. But there was 2 hinds. It's quite open up here. See where I am. Up near the top of the ridge. Nice open country. Yeah. Couple of lovely big hinds. But yeah, apart from that, it's been bloody hard going today. They haven't bumped into any stags or any other animals. So. But yeah, nice to see a couple of hinds. But I was just saying to myself, it's only a matter of time before I walk into one. And yeah, 20 seconds later. Yeah. But yeah, I've been on the hill since 6, so probably getting a bit tired and not really concentrating. So I'm an hour from where I took my boots off, so I'm going to go back there and put my boots back on and mosey on back down the ridge to camp, well and truly before dark. So good to see some animals. Misty old day up here. Back to the main ridge, heading back home now. The boots are against a tree about 30 metres down there. But yeah, good day. Nice to explore some new country. Very nice to be up here at last. Not much to see out there. Just a few hills and a bit of mist. Alrighty, it's always a good sight at the end of the day. There's camp. There's Martin's tent down there under his Stony Creek fly. Dad and I got a tent under the other one. But yes, always nice to come home when you're out and about in the hills like this. Always nice to come home in one piece and yeah, put the fire on and have some warm food.
These boots do not dry out by themselves. On the inside.
That's a bloody good looking fire, eh? That's going really well.
Considering it's been raining for 2 days.
Yep. Yep. Might be able to cook on it in a couple of hours. Look at this big wetter. He looks medieval.
Look at the legs on him.
Yeah.
Yep, we don't want him in the tent. Preferably.
You can stay there, buddy. Now what, where else would you want to be? Middle of the Kawekas. It's going to be a beautiful cold crisp night. Hanging out with Dad and my cousin. Just having the time of our life, eh? Why wouldn't you want to be here? What a magnificent place and some good company as well. Amazing. Everything's on a different scale up here. Check out the size of this stinging nettle. It's above my head. It is gnarly. Look at that stuff. Oh, no thanks. Horrible stuff. And it's been grazed. Up here on the side closest to camp, the deer have been eating it. They must be bloody hungry if they're eating stinging nettle. Alright, just shot a little stag. I'm stoked, man. Coming down through this thick as gully, and he jumped up about 10 yards below me, gave me a bark, and I just gave him a few calls, and he hung around, and he's just gone only 30 yards, and then he popped up on a face. It was about 60 yards off the shoulder, and I've given him one, and he is down. I don't know what he is. He had some white. He might only be like a 4-pointer or something, but I'm wrapped. That is so cool. Had a massive down the hill. I just bumped a couple of hinds, and now I've shot the stag, so bloody good. So shot him from here. He was up in the face up here, and he's just gone down into, you just see his white ass there. Oh no, it's not his ass, but you can see his antler. There's his antler there, and he is dead. So let's go and see what we've got. I found him. He's a fucking 7-pointer. Look at that. Oh, I'll pull him out. Oh, that's just magic. That's bloody awesome. Right, I'll pull him out. Alrighty. He's nice 7-pointer. He's just missing a top on this side here. But oh my god. That's amazing. That's my best stag so far, and just amazing. Absolutely wrapped. Never give up, eh? Never give up. Last half hour of light, and I've smacked the stag over. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Right, I've got him gutted. Got the head. Gonna come back tomorrow. It's a long way back to camp, so just look at this. I normally eat the heart. That's his heart. That's all that's left of it. 308 through the heart. I've never seen such a mess. No wonder he didn't go anywhere. That's why I hunt with a 308 in the bush. They don't run away. So yes, back to camp. Very happy. But it's a bit of a mission to get there. I've got a good hour down the ridge and it's 4:15. Should be sweet. I'm just gonna put a stick inside his stomach just so that it starts to cool down. It was so cold overnight. It was -1 overnight, so that'll chill down real good overnight. But one very happy hunter. A very happy hunter. Yep, just can't believe it actually. Whether it's a 7 or an 8, doesn't matter. Absolutely wrapped. Bring it on. Just about down the ridge. It's about 70 metres further on the ridge, and then I drop down to camp. So I'm comfortable with where I am. As per tradition, carry one of these around, and if I shoot a deer I'm allowed to drink it. So thanks to Mr. Staggy. Cheers. Shattered, absolutely shattered. I've done a massive day. A lot of elevation through some really thick stuff, and it's been real steep stuff too, so absolutely shattered, but wrapped as well. Just stoked. So looking forward to dinner. We're going to have a roast chicken for dinner tonight, cooking it on the camp oven on the open fire, so looking forward to that. Might even have an Aunt Betty's pudding. Life's tough, eh, in the bush. Gosh, life's tough. Loving it. Oh, here we are, life's tough. We've got the roast chicken in the camp oven. We've got a stag up the top that we've got to get tomorrow, and everyone's got dry clothes and is in good spirits. Mangataka heads, eh?
Good tucker.
Yep, having a good time. We're just going to tell that story about that stag I shot again. I was pretty excited, as you can see on camera from when I shot it. I left camp about 6:30 in the dark and did some really hard yards to get to the area where I got him. About an hour and a half climb out of camp to get out of camp before I started sidling below some bluffs. Seen some gullies and got into an area where I felt a lot more likely, and the bush was a lot more open. And yeah, had some really lovely stalking, 3 or 4 hours of really lovely stalking, and bumped a couple of hinds. Then came over a saddle into a really thick gully, and that was where I found the stag. So yeah, nearly stood on him. He leapt up about 10 yards in front of me, coming down a really steep face. We've got ferns up to your eyeballs, and just saw a flash of antler off to my right, and he barked at me. And I immediately stopped and mewed. He didn't go far, he just went about 20 yards and stood still. And I mewed 3 or 4 times, not with the caller, just making noises with my mouth. And that was enough to confuse him and kept him in the area. And then I took one more step, and it was when I took my next step that he moved up the face opposite me, 60, 70 yards or so. And it was a bit more open, and I got a look at him and got a look through the scope. Couldn't see his head or anything, but I knew he was going to be down if he stood still. And of course he did. He stood still and sort of quartering away, and yeah, I got a good shot on him, and he didn't go anywhere. And at that stage I didn't know what I'd shot. I knew it was a stag. He had a bit of antler, but I didn't know what I'd shot. And yeah, he's a 7, my best stag so far. And he's not an 8, but gosh, it wouldn't matter one bit. Stoked to get an animal out of here, and a fairly mature little bush stag for the Kawekas. Yeah, and really neat to do it on a trip with Dad with me as well. Yeah, lots of good memories, so yeah, pretty wrapped, and that's what'll keep me coming back. Just you never say never. I shot him at 10 to 4 in the evening, afternoon, evening, having been on the hill since 6:45, so it was a really big day on the hill, but yeah, well worth it, bloody good. Right, here we are, last day, last evening, dinner's on, camp oven, roast potatoes, sausages. Bit of a wet day on the hill today, wasn't it, lads?
Yep, onions and broccoli. Spent all day peeling potatoes.
Martin and I went and retrieved that stag that we shot last night. Got very wet doing so didn't get much hunting done, but settling in for the evening. Can have another cracking meal and reflect on our time in Mangatinoka Heads. Okay, so Friday, pack-up's underway. Just taking a few photos around camp and gonna have some bacon and eggs and pack up. We had a really wet day yesterday. Martin and I went and got that stag from up the hill, butchered him out, brought all the meat back down and hung it in the meat safe. But yeah, it was very wet. Just had a big fire last night and just hung out and chatted about the trip and enjoyed ourselves. And yeah, this morning we're packing up. We've got a midday flight, so slowly pack up camp and yeah, get out of here. It's always a shame to leave, but yeah, good memories, and pull the stag out of here, so we're pretty chuffed. But yeah, no, what a lovely area. Good to get in here and have a look around. Yeah, really nice.